I'm Zach Yost. On this week's West Report, find out what Cherryville's doing to help the flood victims of Hurricane Katrina.
I'm John Mail, and I have an update on the opening weeks of the fall sports season.
Hi, I'm Laura Bay, and the big story on our first broadcast of the new school year is a new school year. As the buses pull in, students return for a new school year. The main entrance welcomes new and old. Our school year had only just begun, and yet there was already such a vibrant feeling of anticipation for the new year. The students were ready, they had their plan, and the students were willing to comply. Students were reunited with friends and discussed stories of their summer vacation. As they prepared for the school year at hand, they gathered their things and headed for their next class. Students were finally back to class on September 6th after a long summer vacation. They met up with their friends that they hadn't seen in ages, reunited once again. Teachers were prepared to give their lessons on the first day of school. We were back to the same environment that we've grown accustomed to. During the first week of school, each grade met with various staff members to discuss things applying to their grade level. In the freshman meeting, new students were informed about how the school functions and what to expect for the next 4 years. The sophomores were told about the new rules, as well as enforced to follow the old rules. The junior class learned about parking and how they should be preparing for college. The seniors reviewed the old rules and were encouraged to make the most of their final year at West. The staff members at the junior class meeting included Mr. Munyon, Ms. Merrick, Mrs. Medazeri, Officer Graham, Mrs. Riccozzi, Mrs. Cole, Mr. Vanny, and Mr. Culligan. Being an interesting and new time for freshmen, reporter Justin Logan got a chance to ask some freshmen what they liked about West so far.
I had the opportunity to interview some very interesting freshmen and see what their favorite thing about West was. And here's what they had to say.
My favorite thing of West is sports. Being able to wear hats and the good-looking girls.
This is after-school sports. The favorite thing about West is all the wonderful friends I've made.
I think my favorite thing about West is the freedom and the responsibility.
Things about West is the homework and the fun activities. West is meeting new people.
Freshmen had to say about what their favorite thing about West was. I'm Justin Logan. Back to you.
Thanks, Justin, and welcome, freshmen. West students didn't just sit idle over the summer. In fact, many kept quite busy in a number of activities. One student from Cherry Hill West participated in a program in which he traveled to Switzerland. Our broadcasting team interviewed junior Matt Cowell on his experiences in the program.
I'm Rebecca Pender here with Matt Cale. Matt, how are you?
I'm awesome.
So, I understand you went to Switzerland this summer. Why'd you go?
My mom went when she was little, and she said if I went, I'd have a lot of fun, so I went and had a lot of fun.
Can you tell us a little more about the program?
The program was called The Experiment. It was a group of 9 high school students from around the U.S., and we toured Switzerland and had a lot of fun.
Now, what's the main difference between Swiss culture and American culture?
The Swiss have very little cars. They have amazing food like fondue and raclette, and they eat a lot of chocolate, good chocolate.
So what was your favorite food there?
My favorite food was chocolate, a lot of chocolate.
Now, what was your most memorable experience?
My most memorable experience was climbing the Swiss Alps and biking down the Swiss Alps and camping around the Swiss Alps.
Thank you so much for this interview. Now back to the West Report.
Well, it's September, and that can only mean one thing.
Yeah, it's a new school year, we know.
No, football season is underway. On Friday, September 9th, Lions opened up the 2005 season on the road against Timber Creek. Last year, when the Lions and Chargers squared off, the Lions were behind the entire game until 58 seconds remained in the fourth quarter. The Lions trailed by a touchdown needed a big play from junior wide receiver Carlisle Phillips on 4th and 25. He gave them just that, making a miraculous catch and right into the end zone, and giving the Lions a lead that they held on to for the win. Which brings me to this week. The Lions came to their first regular season game after finishing preseason 1-1. The game got started. It didn't take long for West to show that they were more than ready for the Chargers. Karan Johnson scored in a 7-yard bolt to the end zone. On ensuing offensive possessions, the Lions turned over the ball and had 2 touchdowns called back due to holding penalties. Entering the second half, the score was 6-0 Lions. In the second half, the Lions tacked on 15 more points, all by senior running back Karan Johnson. West was 20 seconds away from their first shutout in years when Timber Creek scored a touchdown to make the game 21-7. That was the final score, and West is now 1-0. Coach Gerbo about the big win.
I think we did a good job. The It wasn't a complete game. We made some mistakes that we have to correct, but overall, we were aggressive. We got after it. Thought it was a good job as a team effort.
The Lions' next game of the season is against Willingboro, a very tough team. If West can pull out a win against them, the Lions will be ranked top 10 in New Jersey. We asked Coach Gerber how he is preparing the team for this very tough game.
We, of course, had an extra week to prepare for them, so I think we'll be ready mentally. They're always a tough opponent. The extra time really helped us, and I think we'll be ready. It's just a matter of, what team shows up. We're going to be coming out and fired up and ready to play. If we do, I think we got a good chance to beat them.
Be sure to come out and support the Lions on Thursday, September 22nd at 6 o'clock for the Lions home opener against Willingboro. The boys varsity soccer team kicked off the season with a win over Winslow Township. The game was one of 3 division games played last week out of a total of 8 played in the season. West almost had a shutout, but Winslow scored on a penalty kick with 2 seconds remaining. West battled Pennsauken last Wednesday, another division game, the second out of 3. It was a real muggy scene, wet and rainy, but West still prevailed, coming out on top with a final score of 4-2. West had enhanced their record from 1-0 to 2-0. West played their third and final division game of the week against Shawnee. Shawnee, the defending division champions, defeated the Lions by a score of 4-0. West played their hearts out, and they get another shot at Shawnee later in the season. The record is now 2-1. Next game is on Thursday, September 22nd at Timber Creek. The varsity's girls soccer team has started out strong with a perfect 4-0 start. On September 9th, the girls fought Seneca and defeated them by a score of 2-1. On the 12th, they faced Winslow and beat them 4-1. On September 14th, the girls outscored Pennsauken by a score of 5-1. On Friday, the 16th, they earned their 4th win as they squared off against the tough Shawnee team. Still fighting hard, they defeated them 1-0. This Thursday, the Lady Lions will be facing Timber Creek as they try to enhance their record to 5-0 and remain undefeated. Last Thursday, the Lady Lions volleyball team lost their game to the Eastern Vikings. The girls took the loss to one of the American Division's favorites in 3 games, 21-25, 25-21, and 20-25. The well-rounded attack was led by junior middle Kelly Shea with 6 kills and 2 solo blocks. Outsides Kelly Smith and Aubrey McNally with 5 kills each, and right side Rebecca Pierce also with 5 kills. Julie Lowe turned in the most confident and consistent setting effort of her career with 18 assists. With the loss, Lady Lions dropped to an even record of 1-1 on the season overall. Lady Lions played their most recent game yesterday at Cherry Hill East. Results of that game and more on the next West Report. Meanwhile, our Lady Lions field hockey team had their first game on Monday, September the 12th, at Winslow. In the first half, the Lions had a 1-0 advantage thanks to Krista Taylor's goal. But with a tough second half, the girls tied Winslow 1-1. As for JV, they won 2-0. For their second game, which was played against Shawnee on Friday, September 16th, was a challenging game. Both JV and varsity lost, but not without a good fight. On Monday, Lady Lions visited Cherry Hill East as they played their hearts out to try and beat the Cougars. Within the first 3 minutes of the game, the Lions had their first goal by Krista Taylor. Cougars came back with 2 second goals. Then Florette Press gave the 2-2 tying goal. 15 straight scoring chances, the game still ended up as a 2-2 tie. The boys and girls cross-country teams started out with 2 tough races. The Lions lost their first meeting against the powerful Triton and Seneca squads. Despite both teams losing, West did have great runs. Some of which included senior Elon Levy, who finished 7th, sophomore Andrew Sterner came in 11th, sophomore Ryan Britton was 14th, and senior Ted Heim finished 18th. The girls were led by seniors Elizabeth Redman and Jessie Abish. The team's second race was the Cherokee Challenge on September 17th. Once again, seniors Elon Levy, Ted Heim, and Anthony Morton, along with sophomores Ryan Britton and Andrew Sterner, led the way for the Lions. The Lions' next meet is Saturday at Gloucester County College. Well, that's all for sports this week. Now over to Zach.
Thanks, Johnny. As all of you know, our friends and family from the Gulf Coast have been hit hard by Hurricane Katrina. Led by SGO, Cherry Hill West organized a collection to help everyone out there. We sat down with the head of student government, Mr. Schmidt, and asked him a few questions about how well West collected the money. Matt Altieri, our 8th reporter, was on the spot with the interview.
How did the dance go for raising money for the Hurricane Relief Fund? We were very pleased by the attendance at the dance. We actually, after the DJ cost, cleared about $450 to add to our Katrina total.
And there was a collection in homeroom, is that correct?
Yes.
How much money did we raise in the collection in homeroom?
We just totaled about $1,400 from all 4 classes total.
And you said they're not sure of which grade level one yet, right?
We haven't made that announcement yet. We will shortly.
Okay, so we'll be waiting to see which grade level won. Thank you, and back to the studio.
That interview was done on Friday. We now know that the senior class won Spirit Week points with the money they collected. Thank you to everyone who donated money. After the catastrophic effects of Hurricane Katrina in the Gulf states, Cherry Hill and Voorhees residents watched the news with horror and soon decided they needed to take action. In less than a week, a community event was planned to help the victims of the hurricane. On Sunday, 1,200 residents of Cherry Hill and Voorhees met with Cherry Hill East to begin the 6.5-mile Follow the Sun walk run to Cherry Hill West. 100% of the proceeds benefited communities affected by the hurricane and the food bank of South Jersey. In addition, donations of non-perishable foods and other household or school items were accepted at both schools. After the walk, a community kickball tournament took place at West Fields. The walk was sponsored by Cherry Hill and Voorhees Care, a collaborative work to reach Gulf Coast communities devastated by Hurricane Katrina. It would not have been possible if it wasn't for our Superintendent Dr. Morton Sherman, Cherry Hill Mayor Bernie Platt, Voorhees Mayor Michael Vignona, and event co-chairs Cherry Hill Council President David Fleischer and Cherry Hill Youth Athletic Association President Rob Conner. We thank them for their hard work and planning. Reporter Megan Bruce had the details on Sunday's events.
Hi, I'm Megan Bruce, and I'm here at Cherry Hill East. The Cherry Hill and Voorhees Care's Follow the Sun Walk is about to start at 11 o'clock. As you can see, a lot of people from Cherry Hill and Voorhees have showed up to do the 6-mile course from Cherry Hill East to West to support the communities affected by Hurricane Katrina. Hi, I'm here with Dr. Shern.
Hi.
So what are your thoughts on the turnout?
I think this is great. Beautiful day. Good-looking people, smart people. I think this is, as one of our T-shirts says, one township, one school district, one cause. I think this is the first time in many, many years we've come together as a township for one cause, for one group of people who need our help as neighbors. So I'm very excited about this, and thank you for being here. Isn't it wonderful?
Okay, I'm here with the Troutmans, apparently, who's doing the walk today, and they're representing the Cherry Hill Fire Department. So what do you think of the efforts at Cherry Hill?
I think it's the greatest thing that they're helping all the people out in Louisiana, and we should feel so lucky that we don't have to go through that up here. Be thankful for what we have here, and try and help all the kids and the families down there that really need it.
Outstanding. Thank you. Have completed the 6-mile course for a very good cause. The food bank is here collecting food and money donations, and the teachers are participating in their kickball tournament. Thank you for everyone today. Now back to the West Report.
We are proud to announce that the event raised around $30,000 to benefit our southern neighbors.
And West is especially proud of our AFJROTC, who kicked off the ceremony with a color guard commanded by Cadet Captain Andrew Bowden. Throughout the course of the day, JROTC cadets helped participants navigate the West parking lot and met participants at the end of their journey with refreshments. Thanks for joining us for this week's West Report, the first of the school year. Tune in next week at the same time.